on, everybody? Sure, surely. DJ, your boy. And I got with me today
Bonavia Johnson.
Social butterfly flyer.
And it's the first episode of Happy Hour, the official video podcast.
I'm super excited. I
Man.
missed everybody.
Yeah.
I missed you guys. Can we touch her?
No, I'm already sitting too close to you. Sorry.
Pause.
I'm already too close to you.
Okay.
So check this out. It's the first show. So let's go ahead and explain to the viewers what's going on. So like with this Happy Hour glass, we have some topics, some random topics. And we're going to choose them. So we're going to pick them out.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about it for a little while.
Rapid fire.
We're going to see what happens.
Right.
Who wants to go first?
We'll let you go first since you're the only guy. This is 2 girls
Whoa.
and 1 guy. Let you go first.
I'm kind of scared because you wrote something in here. Hold on.
Yeah.
What is
Here we go.
that
Whitney and her
supposed to
questionable.
mean? Y'all,
Whitney is her
there's
questionable
nothing wrong with my questions.
topics.
What's happening here?
I feel
Questionable
attacked.
topics.
Okay, what's up?
This topic is
What?
body shaming.
Okay.
Well, what would y'all describe as body shaming? Like, I mean,
I guess like
Picking on someone either because they're too thin or too fat or because of their nose or because of their lips.
first of all, I think we actually cut out fat and now it's just thick.
No, there are people that are still fat. Have you
That's
seen
some
my
jokers
Central Pale life?
there's some fat jokers out here.
But-
Yeah, buddy.
But that's what
You
I
realize there would not be an industry for people to get gastric bypass and gastric sleeves if there were not fat people out
You
here.
cannot
If there
call
were
them
not-
fat
if they
anymore.
obese. If there
They're
were not
called-
obese.
they're called thick.
Yeah, gyms
they're
wouldn't
not.
be booming the way they
No,
are.
there would not
And
be.
jokers weren't
There would
fat.
not be a synopsis 600-pound life if everyone was thick. Okay, have you seen some of the people on that show? They're not thick. There were some thick crust,
Yeah, and
but
like,
they're
here's
not.
my question.
I mean,
And we're probably going to end up body shaming, trying to find out what body shaming is. But here's my thing. Here's my question, I should say. Like, at what point is thick turned into fat? And at another point, why is it that all of it has to have this super negative, like, connotation and feelings towards it? Like, for instance, we grow up, we realize that weight shifts. Shit happens. Like, we don't really... You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't really control a lot of that. So why is it that we actually even put the shame or into other people, knowing that, you know, people are built differently?
see, when I think about it, I think of it this way. For some reason, women get body shamed more than men do.
Of course.
Yeah, I give you
course.
And because,
that.
for example, a guy can be overweight and
Yeah.
still get chicks.
Man.
If a girl is a certain, once she hits a certain weight,
Yep.
guys are like, oh no, she cute for a thick
Nah,
girl. She
I
cute for a
wouldn't
fat
say
girl.
that.
No, one of my friends.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you why. And I would say people are like that for sure. But like to say like, I
So
don't
women
know.
are body shamed, but see,
Now, I
I
would
say
say,
that
like-
social media has made it now to where guys are getting body shamed more. But before social media, girls
I would
it was
see
just
like
purely
I see
girls.
like women definitely get body shamed more, but especially like from what I witness now, most of that happens from like other women.
And shout
Like-
out to Lizzo for making the big girls look good because Lizzo's like, is she considered fat or thick or?
Lizzo fat. But let's go ahead and put this out the way.
Okay.
While I say
Girl,
this, let me go ahead and finish everything else with it
She
too.
is
Because
People are saying stuff because she don't wear clothes.
I was
It has nothing to do with size. It has to do with the fact she don't want to wear clothes.
yeah, it's how she's coming about. Like to be real, I really don't care to see nobody just walking around naked like that.
Even if they have the best body in the world, you don't want to
I
see
really
people
don't care
just
to just
walking
see
around
people
yeah.
just acting up like that. The other part of that is like
she
really seems more like a cry for help than somebody that's like
Like
nobody
she's
that's
looking for
really
attention.
confident about
She-
their body and confident about themselves is doing everything in their power to show that shit out.
I mean, basically, she opened the door and was like, hey, she's big, she's beautiful, and all the big girls out there, if you big and beautiful, like, flaunt that shit.
Don't
See,
get me
here's the
wrong,
thing,
I
though.
would smash the Sonic coins out of Lizzo. With that being said, she is who she is.
That's what I'm saying.
And it's like, I mean, she is who she is. Like, I get agitated with her because of the way she acts out. Like, I don't mind if you want to wear your short shorts, if you want to have your belly dripping out, if you want to do, like, Do you? But when you get to the point where, like, I'm with my kids, I ain't got kids, but let's say I got kids, I'm with my kids at a family
You don't like
function,
the
and your ass is out.
the three asterisks,
Yeah.
the dramatics that go behind it. It's not like, oh, I'm just out here on a casual Saturday in my booty shorts. Oh, I'm at a Lakers game twerking with all these little kids. I got to cover a little 7-year-old eyes because he don't even be seeing no
Like,
jiggle jiggle.
Joker's got to sanitize that seat now, and not because she farted in it.
I'm saying,
But see, people, that put a lot of parents in an awkward situation, though, because some of them probably haven't had the time with their
those
kids.
kids
They got,
gonna see it anyway.
some kids are sheltered.
But
Kids are
as a
sheltered.
parent, you want to control that. You don't turn around and, like,
Bro, I know
put
some-
everything in front of your kid just so they can go and experience it right now. They can't take all of that right now.
they're gonna experience it probably at school anyway because they got some little fast.
And that may be true, but you got to also look at development behind that. Like, if a kid is predisposed to that, they end up more likely to commit sex crimes or more likely to be like a sex addict. Like, being predisposed to that, like, really messes. It's a traumatizing event for a child. Even though it's not violent or crazy, it still changes them because it's something that they ain't.
So if it wasn't a Lizzo, like, because you said you'll smash Lizzo, so would you smash somebody who wasn't that famous like that though? Like,
What do you mean? What? Somebody was famous?
yeah.
I'm not.
I thought you were gonna say. I thought you were gonna
say.
say, would he do it if it would be
If it was
okay with
Rihanna?
someone- It was
No, I still have a problem if Rihanna did.
Yeah, because someone was saying that she wore something like that. People were still like, "Hey,
Rihanna, I ain't never seen Rihanna's whole ass cheeks at a Clippers game. Like, it's just I've
She
never
may wear a
seen that.
see-through shirt, but she got like a whole brow in his part, like
Yeah.
it's a fashion statement type.
I
thing.
saw that thing where Nicki was having that. Nicki Minaj had like some kind of like,
It was like a
bondage
big
fit
man,
or
yeah.
something going on,
Uh-huh.
but she was covered. Like, it's some weird shit. Don't get me wrong. I expect that to a degree from artists.
So people who expose their body, they're asking to be
No.
body shame. Is that what you're
No.
saying?
No.
There's
No.
a difference between doing something tastefully and doing something trashy. You have to think about it this way with the latex like that. People, their way to do it like in a classy way and not be like, oh, I'm out here in some latex and give me a whip and let me just walk around.
Look, Lizzo
Right
did
on
that at the Staples Center, and what happened? She just got kicked out of Staples Center. If I do that, I'm going to jail.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
that's
if
the
a
difference.
regular person would have done that, they would have been sitting up in jail.
And that's really a difference between men and women. Because let me go just flashing people. I'm a sex offender at that point, and I'm going to jail.
Well, so that comes back to what she was saying earlier that you guys can get away with stuff.
No, that's not
We
getting
ain't
away
getting away with it at that point.
No,
No.
we're getting away with it.
Yeah,
No, I mean,
like,
let's use, for example, a woman. Let's say she's at like a football game or a baseball game and she flashes her boobs and you see them on national TV. What's going to happen to her? Those camera guys are going to keep the camera on her for a hot minute. Then she's going to get carried away. They're probably
Janet Jackson
Oh yeah, I forgot
at
about
the
that.
Super Bowl.
I forgot about that.
And what happened? She just got banned from the Super Bowl. Now what happens to these streakers that be in them soccer fields that be
Those are guys. If it was a woman streaking, I hate to say it,
Man.
they'll wait a little bit longer to go and catch her. They'll be like, oh.
dudes would be like, "Oh no, I ain't catching no case. She gonna say sexual assault the second I tackle it down or something." Like, yeah, come on now. It's not even the same game.
I don't know.
So body shaming should not be done.
It should not be done.
But
you should still be realistic about yourself. And like, yeah, I feel like you should still be realistic about yourself. Like, for me, for instance, I'm the biggest I've ever been.
You're big?
For what
everyone
I've always
has
been.
their comfortable way.
At 21, I was still 132 pounds. At 21 years old. So like now I'm pushing 200. Like I was a tiny, tiny person. So like for
That's why I say
me,
you're
like
kidding.
now I'm like a regular sized person. But this is the biggest I've ever been. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, what kind of big?
Like since the virus hit and everybody's been like out, I've been more like actually doing physical work in labor now. So
Anything
I've
else?
lost like my belly and stuff.
Is anything else big, Robert? Or
Oh my God.
No, everything else is
Next.
tiny.
Next topic.
It's all small.
Next topic. Next
Okay.
topic.
Hey!
Because you want to change it. I was asking, are you big, Robert? Oh, I didn't know you were big. Okay.
You have you got to lay because you and your sexual innuendos are
I haven't. Man, this quarantine is killing me. Like,
Don't tell me that's the one.
No.
Oh, okay.
Do we want to do this? Is about changing your last name once you're married.
Oh,
That's
okay.
more of a woman.
Where did that come from? I thought that was out.
No,
No.
it's definitely
So
in.
you moved it out the pile, so I wouldn't say no.
So are we throwing this one out? Are we just
No.
Are we
No.
tossing
It's
it
out
out?
there now.
Does
Let's talk about
does
it.
it bother you? Like, if you were to get married,
Uh-huh.
would you like for her to change her last name?
Honestly, I don't care. If she has a name for herself and she got her thing going,
Would
she
you-
needs to keep her name, and
Would
so
you-
that way she
Would
can
you change your
be
last
straight.
name?
No,
Why not?
which is why I wouldn't put it on her to make her do it.
Well, why would you not, though?
Because my name is a legacy, and it will be a legacy.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
I'm a third.
I just don't.
My son will be a
I'm
fourth.
pretty sure in
one
some
day.
cases where there have been men that took their wife's last name.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and most of those women are way more successful than the man.
Tons
And those are the
more
guys. And
successful.
those are the guys that are getting alimony.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that the men are getting alimony.
I feel like if she does, it's basically kind of like I own you stamp. Like,
No, it's
you got my
not.
last name. I
The
own
marriage was about, like, first off, when marriage first began,
It was a business
It was
transaction.
always a business
It was a
transaction.
business transaction.
that's all of that marriage
It
ever
didn't.
was.
Yeah.
Like, now when you, like, back then, even then, like, they only switched names, or even the original version of marriage, everybody was free love doing everything. The reason they started marriage was to identify daddies.
Because people were big
Baby
on her
daddies?
bag.
Because people were
Yeah.
just smashing everything. You know, when the population was a lot lower, people were just doing whatever they wanted to do. So, like, they started doing marriage because it would identify the paternity of the kid. And that's how they started doing marriage. And then it turned into
Just
some
business transactions.
like the
for,
Bible and all
you
that
know,
adopted marriage. It wasn't with the, like, the Bible didn't start and they're like, you got to get married. No,
Yeah.
they adopted marriage.
Yeah, it didn't become about love until probably like what the last 200-300 years.
Yeah.
It was about
no one
it was
even cared about love.
You know, it was about people. Pretty much, it was about
Didn't
money.
care
It
about
was-
love
It was,
back then.
No, it was all
about
arranged.
No, it's
People
about
were-
biz. Okay, I listen to a lot of historical podcasts. Okay,
Mhm.
about royalty. So pretty much it was about power. You make sure that your daughter married someone else's son so that y'all can combine countries.
That's why
'Cause
it's
if you
like
look
if
at-
you take the last name, it's like a stamp, like I own you type of situation. You just talking about the whole power thing. I'm like,
That
okay,
was
well, if you
then.
take this
But I mean, that was then.
Yeah, that
and
was
it,
like
and
trying
it
to get
carried
country.
on.
Yeah.
But now it's not like that.
No.
Like, now I don't even think
People aren't
care
getting
that
people
much.
aren't getting married. For example, who was it?
Do you expect the kid that you meet, the last name, to be the dad's last name these days?
Majority of them are, which I don't understand why the fuck.
My name is, but like my parents weren't together. Like for a lot of folks, it's just not.
So who last name you got?
I got my dad's last name,
Oh, okay.
but technically they got married before because
Oh, okay.
whatever. Just popped up one day. Hey, I'm here. I'm growing.
You was a surprise. You was a surprise or
I
accident?
think all of us was accident.
Oh. Oh, not all.
Well, my sister wasn't an accident. My brother definitely was though.
That's so messed up. I was definitely planned. Okay, but my folks, I don't know if they were married or not. It was like I had to get my granddaddy's last name and then we switched it to my dad's last name. But anyway, that's another story. But you are about to get married, so are you going
We already had the discussion. My plan has always been I was planning on hyphenating my name, but since I want to go into business for myself,
Yeah.
realistically, my business is going to be under my maiden name.
So why don't you just keep your maiden name? Don't even
No,
put his
see,
last
here's the
name
thing. Even in Hollywood, people do things for business.
in. Right.
Period. On all their personal stuff, they'll have their husband's last name. But on their business stuff, they'll have their last name. So if you get divorced,
Mhm.
all your money that you made on your business gets taken away from what, you know what I'm saying? You don't want other people
Depend on
giving
the
to you.
state
Yes. Everything is, even now, once you get to a certain economics income, it's about money. It's a business situations.
I want to go back to Robert because I feel like you said you wouldn't take your wife's last name.
A lot of
But
guys,
if she was like business and like, you know what I'm saying, got her own thing going, would you take it or you just wouldn't
I
take
have
it?
my own business and things that I got
But
going
if
on.
you wasn't, would you take her last name though still?
No.
You just wouldn't take it.
That's why I
The
say,
only
like,
people-
I'm not gonna make someone else do it. I'm not gonna go like
the only
I,
people too, I hate to say, the only men that you see taking a woman's last name really are those super progressive woo woo people.
Yeah,
that they
they're
want to give
like-
their kids or kids don't have. For example, my friend,
like they got a
her sister-in-law, her husband was married before. He has a daughter. Her husband and their kid is not going to have a gender. They said their kids are going to let their kids say they and them and not he or she.
Hmm.
They're one of those woo-woo couples. That's weird, isn't it? it's kind of like
I don't want to call it weird. Like, raise your kid in a perspective that you think they will respect the world better in. Like,
But then
I'm all for that. But you gotta prep your kid for the world too.
But
Like,
then the issue is when they go to school and they're saying, tell her or him to come here.
right?
Then
And they don't know how to understand stuff. And like, that's the thing with me. Like, I feel like if you want to raise your kid like that, then you raise them and help them understand. Look,
Yeah.
in this society, this is how we identify people. This is how it's been done. This is what we're used to. Now, you don't have to. With that being said, this is just so that you can be better off in society. It's for you to fit in better. But you don't have to identify that way. You can identify the way that you want to, and I'll respect that. And in this household, we won't go by that if that's the case.
It just depends.
But
I mean, because I'm going to keep my last name because, like, what if I get a last name like called, say, for example, Dicky? I can't have a last name Dicky.
Okay. In closing.
Okay, I was just saying. Okay,
It's people's choice whether they want to change their last name or not.
Yeah.
Male or female.
But just remember, if it's Dicky, don't change.
There are a lot of bad last names out there.
Ooh,
But you just got to deal.
Let's see.
There's a line of Dickies out there. I mean,
A line of Dickies?
You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a line of them. I mean, it has to come from somewhere.
Whoa.
Those are going. Okay. All right. So this one I have is dating etiquette. So, what do you guys think about that? How would you define that, Robert?
Dating etiquette?
Because I feel like, so if I ask you out on a
Who
date.
learns dating etiquette? Let's get this out the way.
Okay.
Like, I learned dating etiquette in Upward Bound. But Upward Bound is a program that's like, only a few people do that joint. Other than that, I've never heard anything about dating etiquette, which makes me believe that most people, if I haven't heard anything, and I'm a pretty curious person, like I go searching for a lot of stuff. So
Okay.
if I haven't heard anything about it, I'm pretty sure that most people have no idea what dating etiquette is.
I feel like, so do you feel like if I were to ask you out on a date that I should pay for it?
Yes, because that's etiquette.
What?
See, I feel
How
like
do you know?
feel like people treat dating etiquette in the same form or area as regular etiquette.
Yeah.
Because, usually in etiquette books, they're going to have regular etiquette. They're like, if you go out with a guy, usually the male pays.
So you agree with Robert? If I were to ask him out, I need to pay?
Whoever asks who out, that's who pays.
See, that's now. But
That's
back in the
etiquette.
day,
But
Guys
that's
are
now.
supposed-
But back in the day,
guys were expected to pay. You're supposed to open the door. You're supposed to pull out chairs.
Mhm.
Have light conversation.
mhm.
Yeah, time out.
Robert, back in the day and still today.
Chivalry is on life support, and it's on life support because y'all killed it,
Are you serious?
and I'm sticking with that.
Oh my
And I'm
Who's
gonna tell
y'all?
you why.
All women?
Women
That's
killed
a
it.
lie.
There are a
I'll
lot of
tell you
women
why.
that did not kill it.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm
Why?
gonna tell you why.
Okay, let's hear it. Go ahead.
I'm 30 now, right?
I have a theory of what he's going to
This
say.
might
But go
be some
ahead.
bullshit.
I'm 30 now, right?
Uh-huh.
I was raised on chivalry. I was raised on yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. I was raised on opening the door. I was raised on being in between the street and the woman. I was raised on like all of that stuff, right? Now, here's where you get the kicker at. How many women actually expect chivalry, for one? So now you got situations where it becomes very, very awkward. If I go to a car or if we're going to the car, I can't always open the door first for her. Because let's say, or not going to the car, let's say leaving the car. We're getting out the car. Naturally, she's going to go ahead and open the door because she's used to doing that. There's so much about chivalry that is gone and forgotten and dead that people that actually know it and try to apply it, they get looked at sideways because of the fact that it's not normal anymore. So like, even though I know chivalry and I try to apply it in certain situations, there are a lot of times where I have to ignore the chivalry because it makes to other people's eyes, a lot of times it makes me sort of look different. I don't know how to
Makes you
explain that
different
exactly.
because you want to hold the door open for somebody.
And a lot of times, like, people will, like, they want a certain, what's the word I'm looking for? They want a certain edge about their man or whatever. So a lot of times when a woman sees a man being too good or they're being like too nice, that's a red flag.
I want someone who's too nice. I'm
But
a very boring person.
I get it
don't want a
because-
nice person.
No,
I get it
what
to a
you're
degree
saying,
because a lot of people are too nice and
Yeah.
they end up flipping the switch
Yeah.
later on.
I see what you're
But,
saying.
like-
if you come out too nice, be like, okay, this is
Something
crazy
ain't
as
right.
fuck.
Yeah.
He about to stalk me and everything. Like all that be going through your head. I'm
But
like,
also,
oh,
in your case, you deal with some.
no,
Shots fired.
no,
Pew, 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 pew.
no. That okay. That's only because I'm bored. But anyway, let's get back on the.
Is it because you're. But because, you know, just in general, you know, I say yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am. People think it's weird if I'm talking to my mom and she's asking me questions. I say yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am. People are like, that's all. I'm like, it's not weird to me because I, you know,
Yeah.
they have like mama. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, but I do expect for the you come picking me up. You gonna open up this car door. If you don't bring flowers, that's fine. But I do expect all of that.
I don't expect flowers on the first date. What kind of girl are you? I mean, who?
To be
You
real,
gotta train them because if you don't train them, they
You know
don't
you
be
don't
I
train
think-
a man.
I think
You
dating
gotta-
is all jacked up anyways. Like I personally feel like at this point in my life, I'd rather just be friends with somebody. Skip all the chivalry and all this other stuff because to be real, all of that joint is really fake to begin with. You're trying to create a first impression that's not really you when you could turn around and just be friendly with somebody. And if y'all really connect, it's going to be real then. So why not just turn around and just be cool with somebody, let a relationship build. And then by the time it gets to that next level, it's like, I fuck with you. We have something already here. We got a foundation built. So now when we move up, it ain't hard for us to do that. We know each
you're not
other.
gonna retract to being.
But
You are not your real self when you are
No,
in a
but here's
date with
the thing, though,
somebody.
too.
You're not being 100% real.
Dating, like, for example, when I was in college in the early 2000s, dating was totally different than it is now because now people don't even know how to interact with each other because they're too, you know, they're meeting on dating apps and
Yeah.
DMs and stuff like that. So then they actually have to meet in real life. It's just awkward
Yeah.
because people are
You gonna have to.
so
You gonna have to
awkward.
pick me up.
Whitney, do you want to put that
Bring
on the
me
table,
flowers.
sis? You want to put that on the table,
Yeah,
sis?
shout out to my girl for making this for me. Thank you so much.
Who made that margarita for you?
One of a kind. Follow her at One of a Kind on Snapchat. She made these.
You should just brought a straw.
Oh, I should have. Who's going next?
No, that's it. That's all three right there.
Oh, was it? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I guess so. Well, on other news, do open the car door and be a man and be nice and pick me up with flowers and
Being extra. I mean,
Yeah,
you're
I
acting like, oh, on my first date, I want some flowers, and I want you to pay a bill. and I need
no,
to
no,
go and
no.
give me a meal.
No,
I
no,
mean,
no.
You're adding like all these other layers
no.
to it. You just met the person. First off, I don't want them to pick me up where I'm at. I want them to meet me there because realistically, that guy could be the next Ted Bundy. You don't know.
Yeah, like, to be real,
Meet me.
no real relationship is good if the friendship ain't there first. I believe this 100%. Like, I have tried dating so much and I've met some pretty amazing people. And I realized after the fact that, damn, we would have been better off if we started as friends.
Okay. I believe you on that one.
Real talk. But anyways, so this is the first episode. I hope everybody enjoyed it that's watching right now. And also, if you have a topic that you want us to put in the happy hour glass, please write it in the comments and we'll go ahead and throw it in there, all right? That being said, hey, make sure y'all follow us, subscribe to us on YouTube and everything. Go to the djcartel.com where we have all of our content from other content creators, not just ourselves, around the city. And we're going to have us a good time. We're going to get the drinking.
Yes, because we
right?
missed everybody's birthday and yours coming up, which I don't understand.
I know.
Oh, shit.
We got to drink up. All right.
Hey,
Everybody
that's
be
just story.
safe. Y'all have a good night. And hey.
We're air toasting.
Oh my God, I'm gonna put you
I'm not
on the
real
chair.